All right. Let's see who's leading today. You like that?
Hola, hola.
Tendy, did you get something out of that?
Yes, sir. I
Okay.
think yeah, that's really like how we make a cooperation with the intern.
Hmm. Have you ever watched The Karate Kid, Tendy?
Yeah, I watched.
Okay,
Karate Kid.
good. I like that movie. Why did I like that? First time.
Which year that film, sir?
Oh, The Karate Kid is an old movie. I think it's 1980. It's a 40-year-old movie.
Oh,
I think it's 1986. The Karate Kid. The second one was 2010, and that's already like wow. 1984 was the first one.
oh, nanti.
Yeah, Pat Morita and Ralph Macchio. Hey, Cynthia. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Nice. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good. I'm very good.
Great.
Nice, 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 nice.
Okay, so I think Caroline not coming yet, and then I will be the next. So I will just take it as a chairman. Let me put it. And then the secretary is Nadine. Nadine, could you be my secretary today?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And then prepare the paper for the discussion and meeting summary. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. We jump to the initiative. So the first, there is a initiative from Andre, Nadine, me, and Caroline. So the first from Andre. Let me see. This is I think this is a new card, yeah, Andre. Could you tell us more about your update?
Yes, thank you, Kak Tandy. So this is actually what we have discussed yesterday also. This is about pre-hosting workflow that we try to do some revise and refinement. And both of us agree to revise something about this. Sample for the pre-hosting point 1 and 2. It's we can simplify that as a guest journey. So the intern will, the onboarding member need to understand about guest journey on the bigger because we want to make it simple and clear what kind of points of this step, what kind of point of this step. And then the pre-hosting point 3 is mostly about the video hosting. I think Jing also have a question yesterday, so we agreed to put this as last option of communication. And the main source is move guests to the WhatsApp. And if they don't really have WhatsApp, we can communicate them through Airbnb. And video hosting as a supporting communication, not really essential things to do, but it's just last option of communication. And that's what me and Tandy have agreed yesterday. Not really yesterday, but and then what step that I will do is creating the material of pre-hosting with kind of with the breakdown and also branches that we need to break down about this material and also edit the flow that Tandy will share later to me. The flow is the photo itself. Tandy will share the Canva to me, so I will need to edit and create about that. And later on, maybe I will need help, not help from the other HR member to fill up what kind of workflow, maybe or to check the workflow, and maybe to give me some examples of case. So later on, I will text the team. I will let the team here know, and that's all the update from my side.
Okay, thank you, Andre. Yeah, I think yes, we need to break down more about that for the training material as well, so it will be more easier. And then some best practice if like a one step that is not like some cannot go like correctly. How the new person or the member can work with that practice like that. Okay, thank you, Andre. For the next, to Nadine. Uh, oh yeah, first, because here I just want to know like the friction that you have on your project. So I'm not telling one by one, but I want to know first from Nadine. Do you have any friction on your project? I saw you have three project here. So if you have some friction, maybe you can share with us so we can have to break down the problem and then have to find the solution.
Sure, Mr. Chair. Thank you so much.
Yes.
I'm actually for this projects, I'm still working on that. Actually, for the case management journey one, I'm still waiting for. I'm still monitoring the usage of the in the prototype, which is in the Trello, and also I saw that you gave me some suggestion, ya, Kak Tendi. Thank you so much. I will also, I take note of that, and also for the other projects I'm still working, and there is no necessary update to be updated for now.
Okay, thank you, Nadine. So, oh yeah, guys, actually, maybe this is one good suggestion for you guys. So, actually, can we change like our update activity? So instead of we put the update like what we going like a one by one, like for example, like today we deal with this property, tomorrow with this property. Instead of that, can we like summarize like all like okay, so we have 100 property. We already I deal with the 50% or like a 40 property. So on this project we have or we need like a 40% left. So how we manage with that 40%? Is it possible with this month or something? So actually that what I'm telling like how is your progress, like how close with your goal, like that. So
Mm.
so the update like that. So I also will start with my project as well for that get for give that update. So I think that will be great. So we know like when this card is done, like that, when this project is done, and then when we need to make a pivot, like that. Okay, I think yeah, just that from me. So from Nadine, I think on the case manage, you can start on the case management because you know the data like how many case that closed. So product development can like what's called put it in the Tableau as the case management, and then maybe you can give that summary like okay, we have done like 100 case close, and then still 50 left, and then there's some new case. So we know the progress of the case management itself. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Katendi. Actually, for the Tableau itself, it will be when I access the summary of the number of the cases that solve and everything in Tableau. But once the real feature is ready, for now we're still counting manually on Trello.
Okay, Nadine. So yeah, I think I don't know if we can count like easily on the Trello. Like for example, like there's a card. Like how we know like
You can
huh?
search for what is that, tanda bintang, and then
Oh,
it will show all the cards in the section, how many cards in the section, and then how many card is
I
closed,
see. So
or
you
how
get the
many.
total card, yeah.
Yes,
I
yes,
see.
yes.
Okay. Maybe you can use that, Nadine, yeah,
Okay,
for the update. Thank you, Nadine.
sure, Katendi.
Okay, next for my list, this is I pop up the new pivot for the encoding classification using the automate system. Yeah, actually, I had discussed with VD for this, and then actually currently we have that kind of the automate categories like our classification, but it's very like a specific actually like a booking alternative, booking availability, booking extent, booking price. But I think I need to more like what's called more general, like what kind of this like a previous like this is kind of the negotiation, this is kind of the visit inquiry, this is kind of the something. So we can know understand instead of like this, it's very specific like booking price, booking extent. So actually I still in the process of discussion with the VD and then Mas Bayu, but I have done with the VD, and then I need to go with Mas Bayu as well for the more insight using the system like that. Okay, the next is the tracking guest journey by this one. So yeah, there's I had update the last guest journey. I think for the check-in, it's involved from the last update from the last week because the last update the host ETA room ready and check-in is not to update, but now we improve that the host sign ask the arrival time room ready and then check-in is already increased actually. Yeah, but we still lack on the first morning check out and then goodbye message sense like that. So yeah, actually what I wrote here is do we send the morning greeting with the guest? I need to like the transparent answer from you guys actually. So we know like this is like uh what's called the guest journey is working or not like that. So maybe just quick like yes or no like from Cynthia. Do you send the morning greeting to the guest?
Yes, but regarding the how long guest stay.
Okay, so actually, I just want to know yes or no. So
Yes,
for
yes,
always yes.
yes, yes,
Okay,
yes, yes, yes.
okay, thank you, Andre.
I too send.
Okay, Nadine.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, I believe if you send all the morning greeting, maybe you can just update it on the bigger. I think it's just take like a few seconds for update it. So maybe because this is we need to start from us first before we hire a new person. Because if we hire new person, they will see like our daily routine and our tasks. So if we didn't do that, so maybe they will follow us as well like okay, so I'm not gonna feel that this journey like that. So actually yeah, we can, because we still have not much guests, so we can do, I think it's not take a lot of bandwidth from for now. I think we can start first. Yeah, because if the operational will go normal, maybe we have a new intern or new people coming, so they know, oh, this is, we need to fill this, so they will start in the good way for the work. Okay, thank you. Next for
Kak Tendi,
yes, Nadine.
I have some feedback for the guest journey filter.
Sure.
Like for example, like the guest is check-in today at
Yeah.
24, and
Mhm.
then they will check out for tomorrow, right? So they only
Yeah.
stay for one night, and then
Okay.
the wait the sending the greeting, what is it, the morning
Mhm.
check message will be on supposedly will be on 25, right? So if we check bigger on 25, we
Mhm.
filtering it. They
Mhm.
will not show, it will not show the guests that need to be greet in the morning. So we need to choose 24 again. So I think it will be great if we can filter it with the,
Mhm.
what is that, the live date, you know, in the what is that, lifetime, yeah, lifetime. So if the morning greetings should be in the 25, but we need to what is it, we need to go back in the bigger to 24 again. So it will be great if if it can be shown on the 25. Do you get what I mean, Katendi?
Yes. Yeah, I think I got it. So you mean if you put the filter on the 25, it will not shown, right? But
Mhm.
it is shown on the for the checkout filter, not the first morning
No,
greeting.
for
It will
checkout,
be shown on the.
checkout is also not show up. So if the guest
Hmm?
is check in 25 and then check out 26, at
Yeah.
26 we will not find his reservation. We need to go back to 25
To find the morning greeting.
to find the morning greeting and the next steps like check out and everything.
Okay. Okay. Maybe I will check it first for the guest yesterday or guest today. If that's
Yes.
happen, so I will just report to the product development or coordinate
Mm.
with Mas Bayu ya. But thank you Nadine by the way for the feedback ya.
Thank you.
You, I think just that for the initiative. I will jump to the discussion management. Yeah.
Kak Tandi, can I ask about your initiative a little bit?
Sure.
I saw your attachment on what is that? Inquiry classification using automate system. I saw that the numbers of the percentage is exceeding 100%. Uh,
Mhm.
what is actually happen on that data and how can we read that data for now?
There is on the comment actually, Andre. So this is what we VD get from the database. So actually, this VD just updated today, and then he explained what is the meaning of the session of the exit on the comment. So
Mhm.
maybe you can read on the comment. Yeah. So because I need to because I'm not quite understand with this database as well. Yeah, I need to more like easier. So I will coordinate with Mas Bayu as well, uh, and then to coordinate like what is the easier way to to get all the data and the system to for summarize.
Okay. Thank you,
Okay,
thank you,
thank
thank you.
you, Andre. Next for the discussion, share my screen. Okay. Okay. So maybe from this one, Jing, I think this is all you can answer, or do you still can answer some of this?
Tendi, save that for later, and then
Okay.
we'll go into the main discussion topics for now. Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
So we have two discussion here. The first is HR KPI and SLA and service flow. And then the next one is special offer for follow-up deals as a new best practice. Okay, so we need to prioritize first. I think the HR KPI, we will discuss it first for this. Okay, for the HR KPI and SLA and the service flow. Okay, I will give it to the Andre. Maybe you can open the paper and then okay. Let me see this paper first, yeah, and then
Uh,
you can explain
yes.
it for the HR KPI.
Okay, I would like to hear some introduce from Nadine. What do you mean from on this discussion, Nadine?
Oh yes, this is just actually the reminder. So we've been discussing
Oh
this,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
KPI and SLA from previous week ago. So I just want to remind everyone here to, we need to get. I think we need to get this sorted out soon, and also making the service flow. So uh, just don't make this like discussing and we have no result at all.
Wait. Kak Tandi, would you like to share the screen or you want me?
I still try to find. Yeah,
Yes.
this is right.
Okay, thank you. So we are now having a. This is the things that comes from Mas Bayu. So Mas Bayu tell us about how to actually make an external KPIs and internal KPIs. So external, no, sorry, external SLA first. External SLA is what kind of service that HAR will provide to the other chapter. Here's I have made and actually agree with Lilis, but I would like to have a discussion with the team of HR as well, but not actually today. Uh, like example, here's ID SLA1 and the server will be HR, it is ourselves, and the client will be business intelligence. So this is what service that HR will provide to business intelligence. So I'll give the time budget is weekly, it's region, and we will convert 15. What HR will do to support the business intelligence is to convert 15% of inquiry to booking, and also convert 50% of request to book to booking. So it is like that, and I have actually talked to Lilis, and we have actually tried to see the data, what actually happened in the Tableau, and what actually happened on the inquiry uh, in in Bukit Vista lately. So we are not actually reached 15% yet. We are on 10 or less than 10 or around that, around 10%. And then me and Lilis are agreed to make this as 15 rather than before we have 25 because 25 is kind of big number to convert and we can also agree and revise and also talk later if maybe that we can also upgrade the SLA later, or maybe we have to, maybe this number is not really what's effective to reach, and then we can also lower the number itself again. So I would yes, Nadine, please.
Yes, Kak Andre, thank you. Actually, what I meant is the SLA.
Nadine?
Nadine.
I think Nadine lost. Okay, let me see this the Nadine question first, yeah. HR, KPA, and SLA and service flow. I think
It is.
this
I
is
think Nadine
this is
asking for the internal one.
the internal one. Okay. Do we have the internal one, Andre?
We haven't yet. We haven't yet. Nadine, yes. Nadine, the thing is back.
Nadine?
Hello.
Hello, Nadine. Yes. Go ahead.
Okay. So, Kak Andre, actually, I know that this SLS is discussed by you, Tanvi, Rafik, and Jing, right? But what I meant is that we haven't finished is our internal SLA and KPI for our services. I think that's need to be, what is that, sort out soon, since that will be the main consideration for the projects, for future project, Kak Andre.
Oh, I see, Nadine. So the internal itself, yeah, not the external itself. I think we can do it by sub discussion or something like that. But I actually have no time for today.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yes, sir.
Okay, two things. One, Nadine, you're absolutely right. This needs to get done. This is very, very important. Two, I think the best way, Andre, that we can get this done is actually in a smaller group of
Yes.
leaders to sort of formulate the plan first, and then we roll out the plan and ask for the team to approve it. If we try to, you're right, it needs to be a sub discussion. But what I need from Andre is, Andre, who would you like to be in that sub discussion, and when would you like to have that sub discussion?
Actually, I have no time today. Maybe. Uh, oh, what about after the RM Scrum, sir? I would like to have this discussion with Jing, Tandy, and maybe we'll help also from Om Rafiq if Om Rafiq will join, because yeah, that's the smaller group will also help on this.
Okay, got it. We probably just need you, and let me think. Let's get someone who's really good at SLAs. Who do you think is the best person to speak to about SLAs
In this entire company or this?
in the company?
Uh, I think of Mas Bayu, I guess.
Okay, try this. Try. I would like to have that discussion 5 o'clock today after the BI scrum, and then just you and either Bayu or Vidi. Okay, invite them in,
Okay.
and we'll develop the internal SLAs. Can I show you guys something real quick?
Yes, sir.
Demo. This is normal. This is going to be really hard, and during that time, I'll share my screen first. Yeah. So during the time that we will come up with the SLAs, it's going to be very confusing if we bring a lot of people into it. So we don't want to confuse everyone. We don't want to whatever. We just want to come out and show what the final result is. Because what I did previously, and I figured out, we involved everybody in the marketing SLAs internally, and it was very confusing. So we bounced around for like almost 2 weeks, and everybody got like, what's going on? So this is what the SLA should look like, okay? So marketing has a very simple mission. Their mission is to turn awareness into actually bookings, right? So somebody's aware of Bukit Vista as a property owner, and somebody signs on as an owner, final step. So each person is essentially in charge of one stage of that process, right? So Rizal is in charge of awareness. His client is Gani. Gani is in charge of consideration. His client is Aldo. Aldo is in charge of consideration or of leads. His charge is Diana. Each person has essentially an input that goes into the output of the next person. Rizal's input is he's going to put his skill, he's going to put time, and he's going to put people into brand awareness. His output is Google Analytics, Facebook Ad Manager, MailChimp Analytics, an email contact list, and a phone contact list. These are all ways of collecting impressions. This work then goes over to Gani. Gani, as input, receives all these impressions, and his job is to increase the number of leads that come out of this traffic that come into the Google Analytics, the Facebook, whatever, right? So he's going to look on doing Facebook optimization, landing page optimization, all these different things. His output is leads. His job is to supply as many leads into the next stage of the funnel as possible. Okay, then Aldo picks up where Gani leaves off. He takes the leads and he turns them into meetings. So he receives the leads in through these inboxes and he outputs meetings on Calendly, WhatsApp groups, and Google Calendar. Wayana then receives these leads coming in through these different sources, and she signs people up, and she signs and creates ever-signed MOUs. So that's an example of how an SLA should work with this interlocking dependency. Now, why is this good? When there's ever a breakdown, we can see where it happens, right? Let's say we have a lot of traffic, but we're not getting any leads. So we know that the breakdown happened sometime between, it wasn't Rizal's issue, it was somehow this issue on this layer. Does it mean we should accuse and blame each other? No, we help others first. So, but it does allow us to figure out who's responsible for what particular thing, and it allows everyone to focus now as a team. Now, this is the way that the SLA should look. I'm just kind of giving you guys some inspiration, but the actual development of it, Andre, me, and Video or Bayou will come together to actually create it, and then we'll deliver it. And maybe Nadine, if you care about it like the way you do, you can come, and I'd like Nadine maybe just to be an observer so that later on, Andre, you have somebody to then echo and propagate this SLA to train other people. How's that sound?
Sounds good, sir. I also already checked the marketing SLA also. I think it's
Sure,
the
sir.
best way to break it down.
Okay, great. And Andre, what I did was I was looking at ZPD, right? I was saying that Nadine cares about this so much, then she would be a good person to bring to the meeting. Not necessarily to, let's say, figure it out. I think this is also very new to her, but to champion it out to everybody else, right? So that part is good. Tendi is very skilled and such, but I know that Tendi also is very busy. When we take away people that are working on planning, we're taking away time to execute, operate. So we still need to keep that out there so that Rafik and Tendi can continue operating as well. We'll need to come up with this idea and use as efficient as possible before we go out and release it to the rest of the company. That's what's going on when I decide how to budget. Oh, okay. Okay, back to the chair.
Okay, thank you, sir. Yeah, I think this is good. What's called example for the internal KPI. I do agree as well, and then maybe we can use that actually to. This is actually very clear, sir. So we know like each person work as well, and then where is the what's called the some stock session or something. So for example, like in the SAR, there is a lot of inquiry, but there is no conversion. So which person is need to be trained or something? So we know like that. I think this is good as well. So I think I will think to apply it in the community as well for that. Yeah, maybe can you share the paper, sir?
Sure, absolutely. I'll copy the paper and I'll paste it onto your discussion topic right there. Okay?
Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, I think that's clear. And then today we will have the today Andre will have discussion with Mas Bayu at 5 p.m. Wita, and then we'll get please give the intended result here, yeah, Andre. Yeah. Thank you. And then the next, this is from Nadine for special offer for follow-up deals as a new best practice. Nadine, could you explain this? Nadine?
If Nadine cannot explain this, I can help Nadine, I think.
Okay, yes, Andre, could you explain?
Kak Tandy. Oh yeah, okay. Thank you. So we get a really good insight from Wayana. How can you hear me?
Yes.
Jing, okay. Tandy's I think is cracking over here. So we get a good insight from Wayana. So how can we actually get another booking or maybe get to trigger them to booking with us? So by actually we call it like time bomb from the guest side. So we want to create time bomb to the guest side. Let's say the guests are asking an inquiry on, let's say, what's that, Uluwatu Village House for 30 days, and then they're asking for a visit, and then we will give them a visit, right? And then if they want to they want to make the visit on today, I think we can do something, which is we can send them a special offer if the price is not correct with what our current COVID price, and then it will be a time bomb for the guest because the special offer will be only last for 24 hours. And then we can also say, hey, I have sent you the special offer. If you visit now, if you visit today and you like the place, I have already give you a special offer, a special price for you to stay monthly, and then you can accept this because this will be only last for 24 hours, and then that will be a time bomb from the guest side, not our side. And also, what is time bomb from our side? If the time bomb from our side is maybe to answer the inquiry between the 24 hours or giving the pre-approval within 24 hours, that will be a time bomb for our side. But we can also create a time bomb and follow up the deals. I think this is good practice. I think have already successful with this kind of idea when she's trying to work with Pingin Sun and Moon, but not really particularly in online, I think, but in offline. But we can also drag it as a time bomb in online in Airbnb, since like Airbnb are giving also time budget regarding about the special offer like that. So basically about that, Nadine is here, I think. Do you have anything that you want to add, Nadine, about this? Okay, I think Nadine is not really yet here. I will like to ask Cynthia. What do you think, Cynthia? Do you think it will be works, or do you think it's something, or do you want to add something? Do you want to use this or something?
Okay. Thank you, Andre, for the special offer itself. Yeah, well, I think it could be another option that we can use to the guest. I mean, like, yeah, it's kind of like apa sih, batasan waktu buat guestnya, limit time to the guest. So they're not going to ghosting us after visit, or maybe like they will not leave us just that way. So yeah, I think it could be a good idea for this.
Okay, this is actually related to kind of negotiation skill or something. We try to lock the guest, and that's part of it. Yes, sir. Please.
Okay, fundamentally, let me ask you this, Nadine. Or Nadine's not here, but let's go to
Nadine's
Andre.
not here.
Since Andre's representing Nadine now. Andre, what is the purpose of you bringing up this particular discussion for the group? What do you think Nadine's purpose was? Oh, Nadine is back. Okay. Well, let me ask Nadine then. Nadine, are you there? Okay. Let's go to Andre, who will be Nadine's vocalist in this particular case. All right.
Yes.
What do you think was Nadine's purpose for bringing up this topic of discussion?
I think by this could be used as a new press practice for us to kind of get another booking.
Okay.
Because this is the things that we want all HR do, not all, because like Jing said, if you have some good insight from the other chapter, please bring it up to the internal chapter, and it will also works for all of the member here. And yeah, it basically will help what our main job here to convert the booking itself by creating here and to improve the negotiation skill itself.
Superb.
By lock, we try to lock the guest.
Okay, very good. And does this support the mission and vision of our company?
Inspire delight and transform people. I think of yes, sir.
Yeah,
because
it certainly does, right?
Yeah.
It makes it easier for the guests to make the decision if
Not the
you
booking.
make the decision process for them. Now, here's the third question. Do you think best practices are best created, enforced, and made into habits through a discussion? Or is there another way, if you really want to make it into a best practice, is there another way that makes it more real? Over to Andre.
I think there's another way, like what you made on the bed review management. You create what a flow and share it on PNG file or something that we can use to all the HAR member, and also we can use it as onboarding member. I
Very good.
think that's it's not only limited on the discussion, but we can also take another step on this.
Okay, great. And then the third thing, as part of being a leader, how do you monitor the flow and make sure the flow is being followed? So we've educated the flow, we've socialized it. How do we make sure that people are using the new flow?
I'm sorry, sir. How can I monitor?
Yeah, how do you monitor and give feedback to see if the flow is being followed?
I think um, what I was thinking, if maybe we can also check it manually. The second one is like we go back again into the discussion, and then we ask about this best practice, how you use this during this week, how do you use this during the week, if you find
Excellent.
anything friction or something,
Excellent.
and then we will popping up some feedback on that discussion again.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay, very good. Use the mechanism that we've learned together here in this chapter to create best practices. Let's go to Cynthia. Cynthia, do you feel more confident about being a chairperson in this chapter now than you did at the beginning of BV3 or BV4?
Yes, sir. I feel more confident here.
And why do you feel more confident, Cynthia?
Because I have already read the practice. Wait, how can I tell it? Like, because I have experience in a larger group by being a moderator. So here I can be more confident to conduct the chair
Okay.
on this.
What,
Yes.
how has your team helped you? How has your team helped you gain more confidence about chairing here in this particular session?
Yes, they give me feedback, and then that's also the thing that built my confidence and improved me time by time.
Okay, great. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have the mechanism already to actually install best practices. The mechanism isn't always just announce it, socialize it, hope everybody will follow it. The mechanism is announce it, socialize it, and then check frequently and give feedback, right? So, Andre, perhaps you're right. As a discussion topic, maybe you can create a card, and the card can be on the HAR Trello. So the card can be, I will install a best practice of making sure that we use this new thing as a best practice. So then maybe you can ask Tendi, can you go around and find a few random samples throughout everybody's stack to see if this is being done correctly? Or you can even ask people to bring their own examples in, and then we can give feedback for it, right? We can say, hey, look, it seems like this inquiry is using this new technique. This inquiry is using this technique. Then, as things progress, Andre, what you should see is that when you randomly sample, let's say you pick 3 inquiries, you should see that they're all following this process. That means the process has been well socialized. Everybody's doing it, right? But if we're still not getting it, just keep on bringing it up in discussion, saying, okay, looks like today we still don't have, people using this best practice. Why? What's the situation? Blah, 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 blah. So by giving feedback, that's how we make sure it becomes a best practice. That's how we take somebody who's a newbie and turn them into a chair. Okay?
Noted, sir. Thank you for that. Back to the chair, I guess.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you for the advice. So actually, this is a new practice. So we can. I think for the new best practice as well. We cannot say the best practice in the beginning. I think we can call the new practice, and then after all the people is good on that following the practice, we can call that the best practice for that, because the best practice, if the for the this is like from the all person then become the one practice, so that's the best practice. So if the just a 1% practice, I think that's just a new practice, and then we need to spread out and get feedback until that come to the best practice, like that. Okay, thank you. From Nadine. Nadine, do you have anything that you want to say about the topic? I think Nadine can like or something. So, do you have any topic that you want to discuss? Maybe from Cynthia.
No, I'm good.
Okay, Andre.
Go on.
I think I'm all good. Jing, I think you're lacking something. Tandy is lacking something.
Cynthia does actually. Cynthia, bring up your questions.
Do we still can
Yeah,
question
at
that?
the end of discussion. If it's the end of discussion, then I think we've reached the end, right? Because I don't see any more discussion topics. So I think it's a good time to bring up your questions.
Okay. So actually, guys, this is the question that we have put in the above of this discussion. Yeah, that's from me. Like, okay. Oh, sorry, I put several discussion here. I put several question here. So if I'm not wrong, so I'd like to ask about how to prioritize about uh, the time when we are doing the chair and also the guest. But I think it's already discussed last round. So yeah. Well, what kind of question that I should ask you? Okay. Maybe you can go above, scroll above. Who takes control of the screen?
Me?
Okay.
Which one?
Yes. Yes. Right. So this one. Actually, this is. I have already discussed this. Last. What is that? Last. Scrum. So yeah, maybe like I will ask what how to develop this theme to the next level of hospitality.
Excellent. Very good question. So as CEO, what this is actually practice for me too, and I want you guys to listen to the way carefully how I construct my answers because what I'm going to try to do is I'm gonna try and answer your questions always relying on core values, mission, and vision to get to the point, right? So, how do you want to develop this team to the next level of hospitality? Okay, so oh yeah, Nadine, if you can secretary, that'd be great. I think the first question is for that one. What does the next level of hospitality mean for you, right? Um, I think you can come down to this particular idea. First is mission first, right? So think about the mission. You, as part of this chapter, have, I think, one of the most sacred missions in the entire company. It's to inspire delight through hospitality innovations that positively transform guests. So that's it. That's. There's no thinking about what's the next level. There's no thinking about whatever. It's more like how can you deliver that particular mission. And whatever next level means, I think it's for me. Um, for me, I would think of it as okay, fail fast, right? Maybe that's my best explanation for it from a core value. What do you believe will actually move that mission forward? What is it that you're going to do that individually can positively transform a guest? Just start with that. Start with that. What is it that you can do through a hospitality innovation that will positively transform a guest? Once you've mastered that part, then think about how can I do this better? How can I do this if I'm not here? Okay? And then that allows you to think about scalability, teamwork, leadership. Because if you are always there, then you won't be able to go to the next level, I think, right? Which is how do you actually kind of create a system that delivers this particular principle. So the very first, I think, core value you need to lean on is this idea of fail fast. I don't know what it is yet, but I have an idea. I'll start with a baby step first. I'll start with a small idea that will positively transform a guest, and I'll work on that. I'll work on that until I see results, and then my very next step is how can I get my team to do this? Like what Nadine brought in today. So Nadine learned a best practice. She needs to think about, okay, does this actually support the mission? It does support the mission. It does transform guests. It helps them find their properties faster. Okay, great. So then what can she do to make more impact? She can circulate this around. She can get the team to do it. But then does the team actually do it? Do they actually understand the practice? Do they actually make it into a habit? Well, we don't know. That's where you're going to have to fail fast. You're also going to need to be the hero in this particular attribute, because if you are the first person creating the innovation, it's like being the first person on the dance floor. You know, I did a bonfire last night with Eka, me, Guyana, so we did this camping little experience. And Eka said, I don't want to be the first person on the dance floor. I don't want to dance. Why are you guys not dancing? You know, that's okay when you're 12, right? But when you're a little bit older, I think you need to be comfortable with this idea of being the hero. What we say when being the hero, it's okay to be the first. It's okay to be the first person to come up with an idea and take the risk of being out on the floor. So that's what I would say. Be the hero and fail fast, and then you will naturally go to the next level. You don't have to think about the next level is my goal. That makes it a little bit weird, right? Just think about how is the mission my goal, and then how can I do something that supports the mission, and then ultimately that will get you to the next level by being more helpful to guests, by being more helpful to your team, by really delivering that, and be ultimately more helpful to yourself too as well. Okay, so that's basically my explanation for that. I don't know if Nadine got all that stuff, but I'll put that in. So think about the mission first, then think about how to serve the mission as an individual, and then think about how to increase impact through the power of your team. And then rely on these attributes to get you started. Rely on fail fast. Well, the first thing is probably you need to be the hero. The first thing is you need to pioneer the idea and be comfortable being first to come up with the idea. And you've done that already, Cynthia. You pioneered the idea of PR. You pioneered the idea of BDE talk. So you're a good pioneer. You're really good at being the hero. That's what we mean by being the hero. Being the hero doesn't always mean to go up and pick up somebody else's trash. It means to pioneer, to be the first, to be courageous, to go inside and find the strength, to do something when other people can't figure out a way to do it. That's what we mean by being the hero. But we also offer this as sort of a way for how to be the hero, which is fail fast. Expect that you'll need to fall a few times to find the way. If you're doing something new, you shouldn't expect that you'll get it right on the first try. You should expect that you'll be learning. So that's what we mean by fail fast. Acknowledge that you learn. And you know what you can do? You can even be transparent. Tell people that you failed. Tell people what the things are so that others may learn. And by doing that, you're helping others first as well. Now you're pioneering. You're bringing things to the next level just by walking to the next level. Everyone can then see your pathway is the correct pathway. Okay? That's the best answer I have for how to develop to the next level of hospitality. It's
Yes.
okay.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I think if I may add more here, so it's not about how to develop the next level of the hospitality, because it will increase within the development of ourselves first, like doing by the hero, and then also self-wise, and also be transparent. So
Exactly. Exactly. You are developing the next level if you care. If you don't care, you'll never develop the next level. So the very first part before is care. And if you care, then follow the mission, right? We have a great mission. The mission belongs not to me, not to you, it belongs to everybody here.
everyone.
So follow the mission. Once you follow the mission, you'll figure out along the way how it's there. And you know what? One more attribute. Don't assume, use data. Because the next level of hospitality should improve the SLAs, right? So we need to define SLAs that are good. We need to define SLAs that support our mission. And so this is why this whole discussion about SLAs right now is super important. We need to understand, do these SLAs help inspire delight? Do they help positively transform guests? And we think they do. We think that if guests consistently give us 5-star reviews, then that is probably a good sign that what we're doing is impacting people in a positive way. So we do have that as our SLA. Then that's how you do it. That's what the next level means. If you're able to bump the SLA consistently up, then what you're doing is probably moving the hospitality level up. Okay?
Okay. So sir, it's about living the core values. Am I
Living
right?
the core values. Yes, exactly. The core values are here to help everybody because remember, Cynthia, we are in the uncertainty business. We are not like we're not even like Gojek, which is already pretty well established and doesn't really do. I mean, maybe if you're working at Gojek in one of the more fringe departments, like in Vietnam or Malaysia or wherever they're doing new things, that's still a startup. But what Gojek's doing has been done millions of times every day already. So that's already certain. What we're doing is we're moving into the uncertain. We're pre Gojek before they got big. So when you're relying on a skill, you're never going to be able to really thrive here because skills get you only so far. After skills come your attributes. What are your attributes? Where do you go when you have no skill left? Where do you go when your skills don't seem to matter anymore? That's why we have core values. So the core values are where you stand on in order to find your way through into uncertainty. I'm not sure what to do. Okay, should you be the hero? Yes. Okay. All right. That will get you through the first phase. All right. So once you're being the hero, be transparent so that other people know how to follow you, so that they see the struggles that you're facing. Great. So by doing that, you're helping others first. Great. So now you're bringing your team along on your journey. So there's many different pathways where you can combine the core values to create your particular journey, but that's how you get to the next level. Okay. Comes down to what Douglas was talking about: purpose, mission first, and then daring, caring. Those are Airbnb's values, but rely on the core values. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank
All
you.
right. Fantastic. Very good. Let's go to the next question. And this is a good question. Cynthia has asked about prioritizing self or team. Do we have a core value to prioritize yourself?
Uh,
Is it to positively transform myself?
I'm not sure.
Look at the Bukit Vista
On
mission.
those.
All right. What's the Bukit Vista mission, Cynthia?
To inspire delight everyone, everyone, and every time.
Right. So we have to remember that this is a little bit Zen on you, Cynthia, right? Everyone is you and everyone at the same time, right? So when we say that our vision is to inspire, delight everyone, every time, everywhere, it includes yourself as well. So there should never be kind of a priority between yourself and somebody else. The question you got to ask yourself is, are you inspired when you inspire others? Does that make you feel motivated when you can change somebody's life? If it does, then you can focus on that. If you can inspire your team, why do I do what I do, right? Why does Jing spend a lot of time going to every? Most CEOs don't, right? Most CEOs are playing golf somewhere. Why do I spend time coaching, leading, doing all this stuff? Because my inspiration comes from seeing people positively transform. When I see somebody start here and they leave here, I feel I did something good in this world. So my purpose is achieved. Yes, I need to be able to prioritize, like let's say how much time I spend and whatever, but ultimately the purpose should be aligned that by helping others, we are also helping ourselves. So I don't think it ever should be a question of prioritizing yourself or others. It should be more of a question of like, do you feel that by doing your work, you're doing yourself good and you're doing other people good at the same time? And if you don't, then you have to kind of ask yourself, one, why are you here? Two, maybe how to. I get it, right? Sometimes it can be we care so much that we start hurting ourselves. And in that particular case, don't do that because everyone includes yourself too as well. And we can all be guilty of that too. So then think about, yes, what are you doing affect your team? And what you're doing also affects yourself. Think about the core value you can rely on that. Maybe it's time that being the hero could also mean that we need to take care of our helping others help themselves, right? Was an evolution of help others first. Maybe instead of just thinking about like how do I be the hero, how do I help others first, how do I actually put myself in a good position so that I can help others first, right? Think about. Oh, okay. Wait. Actually, sorry. I've talked too much without trying to understand the context more. but I just want to set that first, right? The idea, the vision is to inspire everyone every time, inspire delight for everyone every time, everywhere. But let's go a little bit more into what you mean by this, Cynthia. What sort of cases have you felt like you need to prioritize between self and team?
Mm, yes, sir. But before that, actually, what is that? By your explanation, I have another question to be asked, but I think the time is we are running out of time, and then by this time I will give a short brief because I'm working on another project right now, and it is out of my chapter, but I do realize that my chapter do need me here as part of the team as their team member. So yeah, that's the thing that I'm thinking about. I'm still considering, but yeah, maybe if you're okay, we can continue the discussion on the next scrum because it's already done, and I think this is already the end time.
Very excellent topic. I wrote down a little note there, Cynthia, so that we can talk about that. I think it's an excellent thing to discuss as a chapter. Okay, go. Please go ahead and keep on writing the questions. Remember, there's going to probably be a lot more questions than there are answers, but I'll try my best to get over and also save these questions. Like I really like these questions, Tendi. When can we give complimentary to our guests? When should we give? That's a good question that we can ask our professional mentors, right?
Yeah.
What's the incentive on working on national holidays? What do other companies do that are also in hospitality and also a startup, right? What is their way of balancing time and commitments? Should we take a day off? These are mechanical questions, so I've under prioritized them. I think these are more administration. You could probably look on Google, like how do you do timetable management for that? I think, Cynthia, what you're asking is the feeling of this, right? How should you feel about it and such? So we'll save those for more. Please keep on asking questions on Ask Me Anything. I'd be happy to answer these. And for questions that we can answer, we'll save for our professional networks and our startup masterclass. Okay, back to the chair.
Okay, thank you, Jake. So yeah, guys, please write all of the questions